back then. But my thing is, if I'm in a fire, right?
After you make that statement, I need to get back to the super chats.
If I'm in a fire, right, and the first person that comes is a female, I'm going to assume the reason why she's there is because she's capable of getting me out of that situation more than whatever man they have on duty that day. They have ranks and they have jobs that they have to do, specifically when it comes to a fire.
The fact is she's not more capable than getting you out of the fire.
Says who? If they says her up there, that means that she's more capable of getting me out than any man.
Not more. That just means that she could be capable.
That means
we're speaking about what is best. This is the reason why single moms leads to degenerate.
Don't do that.
It leads to degeneracy. I'll tell you why. This is the reason why single moms leads to degeneracy. It breeds degeneracy into kids, into society. The reason why is because you only thinking about the emotional side and what's good. Men tend to think about what's best. What's best is that when it comes to certain things, think about nurturing. Okay, would I want to send my kid to an all man's daycare or to an all woman's daycare?
All woman.
I'm not thinking in my dumb emotional mind. I'm thinking logically. All woman's daycare.
Mm-hmm.
Now when we speaking about firefighters, because that's the topic, right? If a building is burning down, who would you want to come save me? A man or a woman? A man. Like, that's just the facts of it. And this is the reason why. No, listen. This is the reason why women breed degeneracy, single moms breed degeneracy in societies, because y'all tend to not think too logical and y'all think with the emotional side. And the facts is that y'all don't instill the logical side into the kids. Y'all instill the emotional side into the kids. So then you got kids running around here. All these dudes nowadays, these Gen Zs and even some millennials, they zesty, they emotional. Everything they doing is out of emotional reactions and stuff like that. Right? Most men in prison comes from single mom homes because they didn't have no father there to give them any guidance and to instill certain traits into the boy. That's just a facts.
So I'm just curious. So if and I know the study that you're talking about that spoke about women leading single households. So if, first of all, you talk about emotions as if that's a bad thing, right? And if a man is running a household, raising, kids on his own without a woman.
When it comes to making decisions, emotions clouds your decisions.
So emotions give you information about whatever it is that's going on. Now, emotions are feelings, so we understand that. But to say that women are only emotional and not logical.
I didn't never say only.
Okay, well, I think, what did you say? You said men are more logical.
I said, generally speaking, men are more logical in their decision making than women are.
Okay.
In decision making.
So I'm not sure about that general statement,
okay,
but we'll go with it for the sake of the argument. But men who have single households or who are raising children on their own are not giving the children the emotional piece that they also need. Like a household needs a mother and a father.
True.
So both people are giving something to the kids. So the fact that if a man is running a household, believe me, there are things missing, and it doesn't make it better. And I think that what society does is we always blame black women or women, period, for things that are not right in the household, right? This whole idea that women raise degenerate children is kind of ridiculous. Now, of course, there's not a man there, so obviously there's going to be something.
You know what degeneracy is? So degeneracy is this, right?
Yes.
Smoking, drinking, lots of tattoos.
Yes.
Just just going with all the cultural norms.
Crime.
Crime, stealing, selling drugs, stripping, getting into OnlyFans, doing porn, all of those things. A prison, jail. So that's degeneracy, right? So what I'm saying is, in a household with a man, and we're comparing a single father household to a single mother household, The facts is that the single father household does better because men are more technical, micromanaging, and more of the disciplinarian to the kid. And kids just tend to listen to the father more than they tend to listen to the mother. And not only that, men, we're speaking about emotions, right? Emotions, there are only a few things that's good about emotions. There's not a lot of more when it comes to making decisions. I would say you really want to stay away from your emotions when you're making a decision. I can't think of anything when it comes to making a decision where you want to put emotions first.
And
there isn't like lead with your emotions. Women tend to say that they have this intuition. Oh yeah, I kind of feel like things. Well, you feel like something. That's why you keep messing with the wrong. Well, you feel like something. That's why you're not going into job fields that involve STEM, which pay higher, because you feel like you don't want to do that, and you feel more social. So when it comes to decision making, men are just better at it. They use their logical mind rather than their emotional mind. No, there's emotions that's good, like joy and happiness, and tons of emotions that you could use as far as to motivate you even sometimes. There's tons of things that's good with emotions, but when it comes to decision making, you want to take your emotions fully out of it. Actually, I'm only 34 years old. Y'all women are older than me. Tell me, is there have you ever made a good decision with leading with your emotions first?
I agree with you that you should not make decisions emotionally.
Point proven. I ain't seen nobody raise their hands there.
I agree with you on. I agree with you on that.
Okay.
But I think I would like to know what are the things that that are not good that come out of a single family home led by a father. We're only talking about what's good. Right, but we're talking about, when we talk about women, we say, oh, the kids are doing this.
We were only talking about degeneracy.
Right. So, but
it could be other good things.
But what are the things that are lacking?
Question.
What are the things that are lacking in a household raised by a man only? You just told me all the good things that happen when men are raising kids in a single family home. But then we compared that to a single family home.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that's the metric of success. If a parent is raising a kid to not be a degenerate, that's a metric of success, because that's less failure in life, is less emotional trauma that kid or young adult experiences. It's a metric of success is what I'm saying. The other stuff that, could be good from the single mother household, maybe she's raising a kid and the kid is, super empathetic because he was raised by a single mom. Well, that's no metric of success. Buy a dog and cry alone. You're just emotional. Like, that doesn't get you anywhere in life. It doesn't help you to overcome traumas or overcome adversities. It doesn't help you to be successful. That's what we're talking about.
I think people can define their own success, but you also didn't answer the question, which is,
what's the question?
The question is, what are the things that are we only talked about the good things. You named the good things that happens when a man runs a household. Obviously, there's some things missing. It can't all be perfect.
We don't have the stats on those. Well, I don't have the stats on those.
That's what I thought.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
But what are some of the good things that come from a single mother home?
No,
There's
I'm
a lot of things
you.
that come out of a single mother home.
LeBron James, I think, did he come out of a single mom home?
It's a lot of. It is a lot of successful.
I came from a single mom home.
And look at you! You over here just.
I'm an exception to the rule. LeBron James is an exception to the rule.
You literally bashing your mother at this point.
No.
No, he says exception to the rule. She did a good job.
Yeah, no, my mom had 6 kids, right? Everyone isn't. All of my siblings isn't me, or some of my other siblings is much different, right? But I can't use my own self-experience because I'm not speaking subjectively. I'm speaking objectively. I'm speaking in general. You know what I'm saying? So in general, these are the facts, ladies. I know it doesn't feel good or sound good to hear them, but it is, and we see the results to all of this. But if you don't, and you say that I couldn't answer the question because I'm going off of just statistics, right? But what would you think the answer would be?
Well, I didn't write the. I didn't write it.
I know, but let's just think about it now, though.
So I don't have the answer right now. I have to think about it. But what I will say is that that stories like that, things that are statistics like that tend to, promote one side and then downplay or make another side look bad. And I feel like that's
well,
what
we could actually think about it right now.
Yeah,
because even without the study, I've already, before I even mentioned the study, I was already stating things that fathers just are good at that mothers aren't good at. I was stating things that mothers are good at that fathers aren't good at, like nurturing, and fathers are better at disciplining the kid, right? So there are things that men and women generally tend to be better at than one another. We're not saying that men are just totally better than women overall. That's not the point, right? We all know that mothers do good. We need mothers and we need fathers. But when it comes to degeneracy, meaning that making wrong decisions and bad decisions, single mother households leads to more of that. Single father households do just as good as two parent households. Now, even when you have two parents, there are still exceptions to the rule. Not even exceptions to the rule. There are plenty of situations where the kids is in prison and still being a degenerate. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen. But generally speaking, when you differentiate the two and also look at similarities and differences, we see that the single mother households, they just breed more degeneracy. The single father households, they do just as good as the two parent households. That is a fact. And I also gave multiple examples earlier in the podcast